say that in my 83 years, I feel more spry than ever. And that's because I've discovered the fountain of youth, as it were.
And what's that?
Other people's shit.
The Young Turks, God bless them, they're holding out hope, and they just had a video that they recently released with some incredible, well, okay, first off, what point were they addressing? Let's watch.
I was recently in Washington, and a lot of people understandably asked me, hey, what do you think, Cenk? Who's going to run on the Democratic side in 2020 for president?
And this is what I love about the Young Turks. The video started, and I've already learned something.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Cenk.
Oh, like a J.
Yes.
What do you think, Cenk?
They're always looking out for the other guy.
Looking out for the folks.
So, what's the point of this video? Who does Cenk, think should run against Trump in 2020? What fresh idea does he have for their so-called the resistance?
When you get past Bernie Sanders, it's not entirely clear who would be the front runner. And then I thought, oh, wait, there is a guy who actually could. Oh,
you're not getting past Bernie Sanders at all. When you get past Bernie Sanders, okay? Bernie Sanders!
It's a brand new idea!
That's right, Bernie Sanders, because nothing says fresh like a 95-year-old. And I love that, the Young Turks and all the people in their network, the secular talk, they're really holding out. I know many of you are thinking, Bernie Sanders is going to be too old. Thank God, Cenk addresses that.
Well, Bernie Sanders is going to be too old. Well, let's investigate that.
Let's investigate
yes,
that,
in
okay.
2020, when the election is, Bernie Sanders will be 79, right? But Donald Trump will be 75. Hillary Clinton, oh, God forbid, will be 73. A person who's often mentioned in these conversations, Elizabeth Warren, will be 71. They're all in their 70s. I propose that maybe the most popular politician in the country is the one we should consider the front runner.
Okay, first off, I don't think he understands the definition of investigate.
No.
Okay, let's investigate that. I love Bernie Sanders!
He's not that old.
Here's what's important. Just because you like something or you really want something doesn't make it so. Now, there's something called actuary tables. These tables calculate the likelihood of death. What Cenk fails to now, I don't know if it's just if he's blinded by his loyalty, his support for Bernie Sanders, or if he's deliberately misleading his audience.
Or just clickbait. I mean, it's like
Could be
catnip for
clickbait.
social justice. It
really is.
But the important thing here, this is something that they don't address. Listen, the chances of dying go up exponentially past a certain age. As a matter of fact, the likelihood of Bernie Sanders dying in his first term as president would be almost twice the chances of Donald Trump dying in his second term as president.
Some would call it significant.
Some would call it statistically significant. 25% for Bernie Sanders in his first term versus 15% for Donald Trump in his second term. Why? Bernie would be going in at 79, okay? That's a 3.8% chance, if you look at the actuary tables, that he dies at 79. That's what these mean when it says 0.038, okay? But then if you look at when he is 83, which is when he would be leaving, it's over a 6% chance. Whereas Donald Trump, in his second term, going into his second term, he'd only be at that 3% chance. Now you have a few years where it goes 6%, 5%, 6%, 8%, 9%. So each year, you have a sometimes 3 times more likelihood of dying at, let's say, 85 than you do from 66 to 67.
Math sucks.
Math absolutely sucks.
It's very difficult.
Anything's possible. And we don't want to be here to pass judgment. So if Donald Trump, if Bernie Sanders were elected, we want to give him a fair chance. And since we've had enough people here joining the Mug Club for the daily program, we've had an increase in budget. We've been blessed, and we're trying to use it responsibly. CRTV Mug Club members, actually, we used it to purchase a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used it to purchase a time machine, and with that time machine, we've opted today to bring you an interview from 2020 with future President Bernie Sanders.
No way.
Future President Bernie Sanders. Thank you for being with us, sir. Future President Sanders, thank you for taking the time.
Anytime, Stephen, which little-known fact is my most precious commodity.
Well, first off, I'm sorry about your wife doing multiple life sentences for all her accounts of bank fraud.
I appreciate your words of concern and compassion, but the bitch had it coming.
Okay, well, right off the bat, do you feel as though, I mean, going in as a relatively old guy, has the presidency aged you at all?
I get asked that a lot. And I can say that in my 83 years, I feel more spry than ever. And that's because I've discovered the fountain of youth, as it were.
And what's that?
Other people's shit. I have more iPhone 14s than I know what to do with. And thanks to this time machine of yours, my resources are now unlimited.
Wait, where's my iPad?
I'm giving that one to my press secretary, Sean King.
All right, you'll get an expense from me. Let's continue. How has America changed now under the future President Bernie Sanders? How is it different from today?
Yes, I can say that the United States is without a doubt a more compassionate place. And oh, it's getting bright in here. And those 1% who lived too high on the hog were son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
That makes
I
sense.
rolled the dice and I was wrong! Oh, shit! Oh, look, there's Ted Kennedy!
Future President Bernie Sanders, everyone. Hey, if you like this video, subscribe by clicking the button. It's a circular button now that says subscribe. If not, head on over to the Young Turks. That's probably more your speed. Although they're coming over here, Cenk, we know you're here watching. I can smell you from here. There's also a recommended video box playing right up there. You can join the Mug Club at louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub for daily content, so we're not dependent here on YouTube. Cenk, go. No. Go. You don't need to stay here. This isn't good for, it's bad for your soul.